You see, when it comes to fear, we always look at it as only things that are terrifying. We forget that fear can also bring about things that create resistance within us, things that makes us take certain decisions. In fact, let me take it back a little bit. What is the opposite of love? I'm sure right now everybody's saying hate. Love is hate. No, the opposite of love is not hate. In fact, for you to hate something, there's love somewhere in it. The opposite of love that I found out during my course and my journey of transformation is fear. Fear is the only thing that allows the human mind to think of evil, to think of manipulation, to think of maliciousness, or to think of survival. Fear does those things to us. Fear is the reason why somebody is afraid of. Why do you think people have poverty mindset or scarcity mindset? Is the fear of this thing might finish, the fear of this thing, money is going to finish, let us hoard it. Food is going to finish, let's not give anybody else. My partner might go and date somebody else, let me use juju to hold him down. Or let me manipulate him with so much that they did not even earn to try and control or to keep or to survive or to protect yourself. This girl will take my job. Let me make sure that Oga doesn't see her own good work. Let me only see my own. I can go on and on how far the human mind can go to try to protect itself. But it's only doing that out of fear. And how does that connect to me? I had fear of abandonment. I had fear of not being seen, fear of not being enough. Those three fears has brought about me doing things, allowing things, enabling things that has brought a lot of suffering, betrayal, and heartbreak to my life. And I want to help you guys uncover how I was able to create self-awareness towards it and what I did to start trusting more, myself more, trusting my journey more, trusting my life more, trusting myself more. And in my last video, I told you I was going to talk about different kinds of archetypes. Mine is, when I told you I studied human behavioral sciences, mine is anxious attachment. An anxiously attached person is one who, because of their fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough, not being seen, and a low self-esteem, which could have stemmed from, like mine stemmed from childhood trauma, abandonment, emotional unavailability for my parents, and that transcended into how I relate with people, whether it is romantic relationship, platonic relationship, business relationship, or even among my siblings. It created that people pleaser in me where I just want to be the good side of people, and the fear of losing them allows me to condone or respond in a way that is not serving my highest good. Hey there, Dr. Kaffy here. And right here with me is a book that contains power, purpose, essence, resilience, the story that is relatable to people, young, old, man, woman, boy, girl, that had a story where they are finding their self, finding their worthiness, seeking the essence and how to manifest it through a world that's put a lot of stop checks in your life. This is my story, the story where my childhood shaped a lot of what I am today. And a lot of us can relate to that, especially in Africa. This is a book that will not only spark inspiration, motivation, but it's going to ignite a fire inside of you where that soft voice that was needing validation to why it should fight for itself and its essence. This book is going to ignite that. It's an easy read, it is fun, and the testimonials have been pouring in about the book. It has been a game changer. A lot of people who don't even like to read called me and say, I don't like to read, I'm not a reader, but I read this and I could not stop reading. All that I've been through, all that I am, God gave me the capacity to be able to wield it as a tool that people in the world today and when I'm gone can use to navigate through life and believe that there's nothing impossible as long as you set your mind to it. You don't even need to see it to create it. I created an opportunity with a tool that was least considered worthy, not to talk of honorary or dignifying. And I stand here today as one who has toured the world, been honored on different stages, created companies, raising 2 beautiful children off the back of dance. So I don't care what it is that you are. Do not let the world metric system be the one to judge or to measure your worthiness. I don't care whether you're a baker, whether you're a seamstress, a fashion designer, a hairdresser, a social media manager. You can dine among kings and queens as long as you believe in it. You don't need people to believe in it. You need to believe in it. And when you do, the people will come, the help will come. And every other thing that didn't align will start to align. So grab your copy of Alajota today. You can get one copy ebook or paperback on Amazon, or you can go directly to www.iamkaffy.com. Go to my shop and you can purchase a copy of Alajota, any choice you want. You can buy it as a gift as well. This book will shift a needle in your life's trajectory in the positive direction. Anxious attachment allows you to overthink. You are either afraid based on the betrayal or the experiences of the past, or the fear of the unknown outcome of tomorrow. Those are the 2 things that causes fear, because in our present moment, there's really nothing to be afraid of. We are only overthinking fear from the place of past or from the place of future. But if we stay grounded in the present, we're allowed to just live life as it comes. And that was what I had to learn to do in the very late stage of my adult life. Right? And anxious attachment can be very jarring to the nervous system, because you are operating from really more of the memory of the past. And the nervous system stores data, right? The nervous system is the part of your body that helps you survive. So if there's a threat to your life, it creates the adrenaline, or it creates a state of panic or a state of alertedness that allows you to think there's danger. Danger signal is sent to your mind, to your brain, and you just want to protect yourself. And what an anxious person does is, let me give an example. Somebody that you normally talk to every day, it could be a friend or a lover, and because you've been betrayed in the past, maybe daddy left, mommy left, or people left you or ghosting you, you automatically start replaying that scenario and bringing it to the scenario in the present. So if, for instance, somebody does not pick up their call on time, you're already playing stories of, why are they not picking up their call? Do they hate me now? Don't they want to talk to me? Am I no more their friend? Don't they love me anymore? So many scenarios start playing in your head, and so many of those kind of scenarios played in my head. Especially if you have been cheated on before or betrayed before. The moment your partner doesn't pick their phone on time, you're thinking, oh, which woman is he with? Which man is he with? I've also had an experience of seeing my parents cheat on each other, and when mom is not at home on time or dad is not at home on time, there's this panic in the house of, where could he be? Who is he with? And all of that, it plays out. And the brain stores, your central nervous system stores. It's the same system that is built to protect you that also could hinder you from moving forward if you do not know how to regulate it. I had no idea of how to regulate my nervous system, because I was just trying to just survive through life. So as the traumas were happening, as the happenings were happening, as life was happening, as betrayals and all of that was happening, I couldn't even have the awareness to know what part I was playing to enable the scenario, or the kind of response I was giving to the scenario that was elongating it instead of eradicating it. All of that created more suffering. But how do you catch it? You catch it by reflection, by sitting with yourself and say, wait, this thing cannot continue like that. There's something wrong. I might not be able to control what people are doing to me, but I should be able to control what it is that I'm doing with people and how I'm showing up with myself, with my life. And one of the greatest challenges of a people pleaser or an anxious person, and somebody that's afraid of abandonment, is that you're even afraid to set boundaries, because you definitely don't want people to leave you. So you're setting a boundary that will make someone feel like, so I should not come to the house after 7. Is it me you're talking to? The same me that I did. So yet, fear of conflict, fear of how people will respond to your boundaries, just allow you to elongate this matter. But my dear brother and sister, you have to love yourself first. And like I said, this entire playlist is about returning to love. Self-love requires taking decisions that serve your highest good. Knowing yourself enough to know what triggers you is a gift to knowing how to protect yourself in order not to let those triggers override you or put you in a state where you make decisions out of survival mode rather than from a better perspective or understanding of things. Because the things that happen to us don't cause the pain, don't cause as much pain as the stories we tell ourselves for the things that happen to us. Let me give you an example. Your parent, you're maybe expecting your mom or dad to come to school to come and check you on the day you're having a play, and they're not able to come. That brings some kind of heartbreak as a child, right? But from the child perspective, it could be, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not the best child. Maybe it's because of what I did yesterday. The child can tell him or herself a story that might not be true, but just because that parent was not available, that is the only conclusion the child could come with. Maybe it was a flat tire, an emergency, or a situation that the parent could not explain to the child, which is why it is important for us to have intentional parenting and we have conversations with our children. Did not explain to the child why, instead of, Daddy, Mommy, you did not come today, but no, the very more important is in life. I did not come. Yeah, sorry. No, you might not get because we don't have the real scenario in your head. The mind helps you create a scenario. Now, let us not fast forward it to you being an adult. You have maybe a romantic relationship and you've suffered betrayal in the past, or maybe this daddy wound or mommy wound that we always talk about, right? And we have it in the past. And for one reason or the other, your partner did not pick up their phone on time. Automatic mindset is, he's cheating on me. Who is he talking to? Oh my God, maybe he now come and pick the phone and he's not giggling on the other end. After I spent like 2 hours waiting for him to pick up. Hey, my mind is like, so he's having fun without me. No, oh, he's laughing with the girl. I had to come to terms with that. Let's even assume that the person is doing that thing. What can you do? Really, what can you do? It's either you realize that you're in a relationship that is not for you and take a walk, or you calm down and understand your right situation. If the situation is not what you think it is, calm down and address it and assess it. Have healthy conversations that allow the person to say, okay, this is where I was. I am sorry. Probably I should have checked my phone soon enough, or something. They can offer explanation. But an anxious, attached human mind will create ballistic, jump into conclusion, create the conclusion. The assumption self has an assumption, brother and sister, and they create a movie reel, Netflix and chill in your mind. And that is what now creates the epitome of suffering. Because now you are not suffering because of what the person did again. No? You are not suffering because of the story that you told yourself. And by the time the story becomes so rooted in your mind, when the person maybe comes back to now offer explanation that debunks your story, you might even find it harder to believe the person because you need your story to be true. And that's where sometimes we create what we call self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a psychological phenomenon, and it does happen. Because if you focus on something well enough and imagine it well enough, you will manifest it. Both negative and positive states occur the same way. The same way you can manifest and imagine your way through greatness is the same way you can manifest and imagine your way through terrible experiences. Because why? You will be energetically operating from there. Let me give you an example. When we were in secondary school, I don't know if you guys have had this experience where if you're a new student, maybe there's a teacher that is very, very strict and all that. All the other students will be warning you already, this is the wicked teacher, this is the good teacher. I don't know if you had that wicked teacher, good teacher situation. Now, because I came in newly, I found out later that the teacher that they're calling the wicked teacher was not the best teacher to me. Why? Because certain standards that the teacher has connect with my higher self, connect with my being. The teacher is disciplined, strict, doesn't take rubbish and nonsense. The teachers that the other people liked were the ones that are carefree, don't even care. When you walk into the class, they don't even need you to be quiet. They can just continue to teach. They condone and enable the lot. I realized that, so sometimes people project judgment based on where they are from their perspective of life, or from their own core values. Right? And even being a CEO and someone who has trained a lot of young people, I found out that I'm a good person to some young people, I'm a bad person to others. The dance company or dance group that allows them to smoke, drink, and do a lot of immoral things, to some of them is the best environment for them. But my own school that I'm strict, I enforce, or I demand certain behavior and conduct or ethical conduct, it seems like it's hard. So before, I used to internalize it and think there was something wrong with me. And I embodied a lot of that, especially the fact that I'm an anxiously attached person, also a people pleaser. We don't like not being liked, right? But I will not shift my rule or bend my morality or core values, but sometimes I could be sentimental towards certain people or certain things just because. And that creates the crack in the system that I have so painstakingly built. So if you are doing that, please, it does not work. Okay? Stand on business. Stand on your standard. Let those that need to go, even if you love them. That is one thing. That is one thing that working on myself has taught me to do. Letting people that need to go. And our attachment to people usually creates the need to bend who we are in order for them to, bend who we are in order for us to keep that relationship or keep that. And at the end of the day, I found out that when they want to go, they now go. Despite all how I have expressed the good womanness to them, I realized that why did they still walk away? After all I've given, after all I've done, after everything, they still walk away. Do you know why they walk away? It's not because I wasn't actually good. It's not because I was trying to keep them from any malicious intent. It was because I was not respecting myself. You can never attract anything better than how you treat yourself. And sometimes these are indicators for you. People are like mirrors. If you take relationships with every human being around your life like mirrors, you will find out that it speaks more about yourself than anything else. This does not, a caveat on the fact that people can be people. We can meet crazy people, terrible people, but the world is going to test you. It's going to test your resilience. It's going to test your standards. It's going to test your boundaries. And self-love is always tested. You cannot say you have self-love when you don't know how to say no. I never knew how to say no. I disrespected myself more than anybody would disrespect me, all in the name of being a good woman, wanting to keep the good score, and wanting people to like me enough and not leave me or abandon me. Because of that, I kept on meeting people like that. The more I started working on myself, the more I started realizing that, okay, I can say no and it's okay. And even if it feels certainly uncomfortable, trust me, say no well enough, you start finding peace and groundedness inside of it. And when you decide to give, you give from a place of abundance. You give from a place whereby there's no bar, there's no expectation, there's nothing you need back. You are pouring from a full cup. If you pour from an empty place, you would feel resentful to the people that you are doing good to. No matter how kind-hearted or good intention you feel you are, you're going to feel some level of resentment to them. You're going to be wondering why they cannot reciprocate the love, the sacrifice, the service, the way you do it. But what we forget is that nobody is you. You are unique. We have similarities in behavior, generally as human beings, but every human being is unique as our fingerprints are. We are unique also in behavior and thinking. The greater disservice we do ourselves and the greatest suffering we bring on ourselves is to expect people to love the way we do. That's the reason why we suffer sometimes. We expect people to love the way we love. I have the way I love. I cannot demand it on someone else. And I cannot put that pressure on somebody else to do it exactly the way I do it. And we need to learn that, especially in Africa. I feel that we have a lot of unlearning and deprogramming to do. We are externalized so much onto people. We're giving people too much power. That is why, even if we look at it by extension, the way we rely so much on our leaders, we have been disappointed so many times. And it has gotten to a point whereby the rot and the decadence in the society has gotten so deeply etched that we now need to take responsibility and accountability for how we show up as individuals. And even just from the toxicity we see on social media and everything, we're really seeing the kind of mindset we have. But one thing that I'm very happy about is that Nigeria, we have 200 million people. There's not 200 million of us. Mind is shifted in one way. The amount of people that are waking up, that want to do better, want to be better, it is beautiful. And that is the reason why I am even doing this. For those of us that are ready to take accountability and just say, you know what, I might not be Kaffy, be popular or anything, but I am me. I am Shade, I am Amina, I am Nkechi, I am Amaka. And as these individuals, I am John, I am Janiel, right? I am Hassan. And wherever way I show up, I want to show up as my best self. But we cannot do that without actually knowing who we are. Who are you? Behind the mask, behind the status. Do you understand? In the beginning of February, I said, look, yeah, I can say I'm Dr. Kaffy, but here I am more Kafayat than anything else. And that's what I want to be. That's who I want you all to see. And I am imploring and I'm appealing that life is to be lived and to be experienced. And both negative and positive experiences are what shapes who we are, right? There is no absoluteness to what it is that you encounter, meaning everything is a season. Every experience does not last forever, but in every experience, there are gems to take away. In the positive ones, there are gems to take away. In the negative one, there are gems to take away. Everything revolves. It's a cycle. Life is a cycle. Nothing is permanent, both the good and the bad. It's not. What I have learned to start doing is to sit into the process of life. There is no destination towards where you attain happiness, attain love, whatever. It's the process of life that you find and you what create happiness, joy, and peace through the process. You have to find peace, love, joy, contentment, comfort in the knowing that life happens for you. And I know that there are those of us that our experiences it's so horrific that it is easier said than done when you look at those kind of people and say, don't worry, just boomed out the rainbow out of the shadow. But if you are still alive, if you stay here, know that you are worthy enough to deserve happiness, joy, and peace. And as much as we want to, we are trained to always seek some level of excitement all the time. Life must always be exciting to the point where even negativity is exciting to people. There are people that cannot be in a relationship if they don't fight, they feel they are not loved. If someone is not jealous or treating them in a toxic way, they don't believe that they matter. I've even heard it many times. I've even started almost feeling like it is true that, okay, when a man starts expressing some level of jealousy or territorialism, it means he's interested. So this data and analysis is very, very wrong to put on human behavioral expressions or metric system. It's very young to put because people express things differently. It is the fact that we create assumptions and data without looking at how it can be navigated through unique experiences. It's part of the reason why we respond wrongly to people sometimes, because we have this mindset to have templates for men, templates for women. All men are, all women are, all boys are, all girls are. And what those things are, the danger of that is you never are able to experience an average human being uniquely for who they are. Yes, there are traits that we might all have similarly, but there are uniqueness to how we actually do show up in life. And how you respond to that will always create a different experience of that person from any other thing somebody else has had. I've been had an experience whereby to different people, you are different things. Not everybody sees you the same way. Once people are saying, Kaffy, that woman is intelligent, she's amazing. Another person says, she too talk. Another person say, she doesn't talk about this relationship. I'm just saying that she be the problem. Or somebody be like, I like a woman that is strong enough to walk away from toxic relationship. Everybody sees you or sees me by virtue of their own programming and the little data that they see. Some people conclude about who you are from 1 minute clip. Your entire existence. I have gotten to the point whereby I have become more resolute in myself, and I found more peace in knowing that nobody can know me more than I know me. Because when you give your part to the external, you are also giving your story to the external. It gets to a point that they can tell you another story and you almost believe it is true to you. You will gaslight yourself because of acceptance. I've had many times where I've had to question my own sanity. I've had moments where I had to suppress the power of intuitive knowledge that I have. And your body always knows before your brain does. Your body sometimes tries to create logical, strategic way to see why you should still be in certain scenarios and situations. While your intuition does not lie. Your body will tell you, this is not right. But your brain will say, it's all right. Let's just do it. Do you understand? So, I had to deal with my fears by facing them, by letting people walk and allowing the pang of their walking away go. There is this man, and you guys need to watch him. He's called the Mind Architect. His name is Peter Crone. And he said something. It was like, grief is beautiful because grief shows the depth of your capacity to love. But why are you grieving something if you never loved it? You grieve something because you've created a world about it. Let us use a relationship, for example. Somebody or a man you wanted to marry, or a woman that you think she's the one, or a man that you think he's the one. What do you do with that kind of person? Before even experiencing them in the fullness of who they are authentically, you've created a version of the story with them, the life with them in your mind. Then you are now experiencing them, and some of those stories, they click, some don't click, but you have the experience. You have loads and loads of stories that you've developed with that person, and that person walks away and you are grieving. Nobody should shame you for your grief, because it comes from a place of the ability to love. And some people, the deeper the love, the deeper the darkness in the grief. But we need to look at grief and embrace grief in whatever capacity it comes, whether it's a loved one passed away, or a love walked away or ended, or what you expected in life you didn't get. It could be a job loss, it could be an application loss, it could be an opportunity loss, it could be a human loss. Whatever that loss is to you, it's a testament to how dear you held it. So I have shamed myself for how I loved. I have wondered why I have the heart I have that still believes in love, despite how much I have had to face when it comes to love. I have faced betrayal from man, woman, family, lover, so much. But it got to a point of like, I'm going to stop being a victim of circumstance. No, they happened. But why did they happen? They happened because life needed to teach me who I am. If God doesn't test the depth of your love by people doing things that you should not be loving them, but we're still loving them, how can God not tell you that you're a lovely person? Or how do you even tell people you love, or you have patience when it has not been tested, or you have courage when you have not been faced with fear, or you are kind when you have not been faced with somebody that would put you in a position where by being kind will be hard, but you still show up as your authentic self? So I'm saying this to let you know that there's nothing that you cannot work on. And you need to give yourself time. One thing that I never really accorded myself, and I really started doing that more now than ever before, is to give myself grace. I expect too much from myself that I do not give myself breathing space to just be human. I expect too much perfection. I blame myself for every wrong turn in life. I embody it. I embody the guilt, the shame. Oh, God, the shame. Especially when you are that person where you just are not everywhere with your love, or with your body, or with your mind, or with your sacred space. And you trusted someone with it, or people with it. And for one reason or the other, maybe valid to them, they misbehave or could not hold capacity for that love, could not hold capacity for that. For you, please close that door. As in, properly shut it. Thank you. Could not really hold space for who you are. And they mismanage that. And your heart goes, why? Or you go, I should have known better. But you didn't. You didn't. There was nothing you can do about yesterday. There's nothing I could have done about whatever I lost. Some people look at it and say, you're very intelligent. You should have kept your home. You should have kept a marriage. You should have kept a man. Is a human being dog or animal that I want to? Even dogs say they need freedom. Even animal. Am I going to train a human being to be faithful, committed, and do certain things that I consider are the basic requirement of being married or being in a relationship? And I'm still going to delve into the mistakes I made, or the mistakes that are common made by women when it comes to deciding who we want to spend the rest of our life with. And I'm sure men will also learn from that too, right? And it's also coming from the projection of our fears. We're looking for somebody to love us, to complete us. All these myths and bills and others. To the end of the road, will I can't let you go. You can let go. Human being is not to be owned. Those music, those subliminal programming has made us turn human being to properties, to make us feel like love exists outside of us and not within us. That is what it has done. I can't live without you. I can't breathe without you. I can't live without you. Wow, when did that person become oxygen tank? When? How did we get here? But we didn't know any better. I am just learning about the beauty of human relationships and the extent that it can be expressed and experienced. There are chemistry that you can have with another human being, male or female, and it doesn't connote anything romantic, nor does it connote anything sensual or sexual. And there are some relationships that you get the sparks and you have that sacred emotional bond that allows you to explore yourselves even romantically. But it might not even be husband and wife. That's, like I said, plenty gist for another day. But where we are right now, I needed to give yourself grace. And that, why fear? You should watch Bitter Crone. You should watch, there are many videos. I'm going to put it in the link. I'll put some links of videos that I watched that really helped my mindset, because perspective is power. Perception is power. And if we can shift perspective, we will see life differently. We would hold on less to things. We would be less bothered by things. We'll be able to live in a way whereby we let human beings be human beings because we've stayed rooted in who we are. Have I learned everything about me? No. Am I in the 100% state of self-love? No. I'm still learning, because if I was probably put under some kind of diagnostic report or evaluation, I will consider my life's traumatic journey as complex PTSD. Complex. I had trauma on several levels. But the childhood one alone, it ranks big, but the effect of what the childhood one led to, by virtue of who I became and how I reasoned and the limiting beliefs it created in my subconscious mind, allowed me to show up to life in a manner that I attracted, or that exposed my triggers. And those times I wasn't aware of the work or job of what triggers do for you. I only am aware of what triggers are doing to me. I have learned now that triggers are a gift. They are indicators of areas you need work on. So if I feel jealousy, I look at what is about that thing I'm jealous about that I desire, because jealousy comes from a place where you desire. If I feel insecure, where am I not loving myself enough? If I am getting disrespect, where am I not showing up for myself? That is leading to me needing to see that reflect back to me. Because some of these things, we are doing it to ourselves, not only people doing it to us. Where have I betrayed myself? And guess what? It's in the little things. Oh, it's in those days that you say, I'm going to get up and I'm going to work out by 8 a.m. By 8 a.m. you didn't. By 9 a.m. you didn't. But guess what? By 9:30, a friend called you to come and do something for her. You went, but your own you did not do. Because you consider your own areas not just. We abandon ourselves a lot and expect so much from people. So I had to unlearn and understand that fear was not something that God put in us genuinely and authentically. Love is what we were created with. Love. We are created with love. And that's why we need to return to love. And to return to love is to return to self, to reflect on self. To return to love, to return to self, is to return to God. Because when we can embrace God and we download from the divine teaches us how to operate for ourselves. And we can now replicate and mirror that back to people. That's why even the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself, not more, not less. But if you don't know how to love thyself, you cannot attract love from thy neighbor, neither can you give love to your neighbor, because you'll be operating, like I said earlier, from an empty place. And when you operate from an empty place, you would be drained, you will feel resentment, you make the wrong decisions because you will now operate from hunger and survival rather from sovereignty and from the well-placed crown. So my brother and my sister, adjust your crown. The time is here. If you're watching this video, please like, subscribe, and click the notification button. And I really want to hear from you. Give me ideas of what you want me to talk about. We want to ask how I was able to navigate certain experiences that probably I have shared. I am ready. I am open. I'm ready to transform with you. Take care. Are you ready for total transformation? Are you ready for the kind of transformation that is all encompassing? We're talking about your body, your mind, and your spirit. Then you should sign up for Transform Her 100. It was specially designed for women. There is no lasting, sustainable transformation of self, especially body, that we seek for without touching the mind. 85% of the success rate I have experienced with the women that I have coached have come from the ability to touch a part of their mind and erase or eradicate completely some certain limiting beliefs. So women, it's not even about food. Some of it is mental block, psychological block, and just the perception of how they see themselves, the perspective that needs to be changed. We can change it. You can change it. Together, we can. With this 100-day program, you will see a shift in your life that you've never believed is possible. And we can do it virtually. From your comfort of your home, gym, or wherever it is that you find it comfortable to do the different exercises that will be placed on the platform for you. Transformer 100 was designed to be affordable as well, because getting all the different kinds of coaches to coach you for 100 days is expensive if you are supposed to do it on your own, right? But we're saving you loads and loads of money. I'm talking about thousands of dollars, right? Because it's just $1 per day. 100 days, $100. Please tell me anywhere in the world that you want to get that. Tell me. And you're getting body. Body means you're going to get physical exercises, dance programs, anything that allows you to move towards the body goal that you desire. Transform Her 100 is going to help you reclaim your divine feminine power. Find a pathway towards healing that works for you because of the beautiful coaches that are coming on board to speak, to nurture, and to create practices, sustainable practices that helps you heal from whatever it is that is blocking your what? Your abundance, your wealth, the joy, your peace, your happiness is all attached to certain limiting beliefs or perceptions that you are just holding on to so strongly, maybe due to experiences, past or present. You can eradicate all of that. It's one click away. Go to www.iamkaffy.com and sign up now. Or scan and be on the waitlist on the Joda app, where we will be featuring this program. Transforming your life is in your hands. Nobody can be a superhero more than you. Let's go.